right now, I guess in late 2025, what's kind of your thought process or framework on how to run a successful campaigns? Yeah.
Yeah, this has been my theory since I started Banch, and we'll change out like Advantage Plus campaigns or broad campaigns. Like that always changes, or what ads actually work. But the funnel that we run has been since day one, and it's based off of marketing principles that have been around for longer than I've been alive, right? And so we run everything off of a 7 touch point system.
Okay, yeah.
So we run it off of top, middle, bottom. If you've seen any of my videos,
Yes.
I talk about it in every single video.
Let's get into it.
Because I think it's so important,
Yeah.
right? And so, again, for as long as I've been alive, people need, on average, 7 touch points. And there's some variables that play a role in that. But the top of funnel, we like to run a lot of reels currently, right? That changes. It used to be just story pictures or just like really cool images.
Right.
Now it's like, how much value can I give you in the first part of the funnel? And that goes to like clothing brands as well, where it's like some clothing brands do such a good job of storytelling. So like value doesn't have to be how much smarter are you making me? It's like if someone watches YouTube, they get value out of the time they spent on YouTube being happier. You know what I mean?
Right, how it makes them feel.
So like some clothing brands do such a good job at campaigning out something that someone actually cares to watch. And so top of funnel is that first example. We'll run Advantage Plus campaigns, broad campaigns, lookalike campaigns, just like how wide can we cast this net in our audience, right?
And can you explain a bit for those who don't know, me who don't know? And Advantage Plus, can you mention that again?
Yeah. So Advantage Plus is essentially allowing Facebook's data and their AI capabilities to run ads to who they think would be best to see the ad.
Okay.
Yeah. And broad would be anyone Facebook's pixel data. So this is more Facebook instead of AI, right?
Got it.
And then targeting is who I think. So it's like I would be able to choose basketball interest, MJ interest, LeBron interest. Like I'm choosing who I think it's going to go to based on interests, right?
So you choose one of them when you're running.
Well, you choose one or multiple.
Or all of them. Multiple, right? Depending on your budget, I guess.
Yeah. And then, or at least like how big you want. So like, I wouldn't say budget. It'd be more, if I added NBA, there's going to be 100,000 people in it.
Sure.
If I add NFL, there's going to be 500,000 people in it. So it's like, it's the number of people you want to target.
Right. Okay.
So if I'm running $5 a day ads and I'm going after 10 million people, it's like kind of a waste of your money.
Yeah.
But if you have $1,000 and you're going after 1 million people, then it's like, you're going to hit that audience pretty well and you can tackle a big portion of it.
Right. Okay.
The last one is lookalike audiences. So that's who Facebook's data, like your pixel. I don't know how much you know about a pixel, but it's like anytime you ever go onto a website, there's a pixel, a line of code on there that tracks everything that you do and everything about you. Yeah. And so a lookalike audience grabs everyone who's ever clicked on your brand or everyone who's ever purchased from your brand and consolidates all that data and puts it into here's the best pot of people that you're based on your data that Facebook will show your ad to.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the top of the funnel, right? Everything after that is based off of who's coming down from the top of funnel. So obviously if I click on a top of funnel ad and I don't actually care about the brand, let's use Sunday Red for an example, because I love Sunday Red. If I click on a Sunday Red ad and I get a middle of funnel, which called the top of funnel is a reel of Tiger Woods hitting his club or hitting a shot, right? And you get the gist of the brand, the vibes of the brand are there, but they're not necessarily selling me a product. They're just getting me in the funnel, right?
Sure. Okay.
In the middle of funnel, it's more so here are our products. So it's like close-ups of the t-shirt, right? Or of the polo or of the hoodie. So like you've now seen the vibe. Middle of funnel is more here are the products that we have to offer. And that's usually broken down based on collections. So like hoodies, outerwear, t-shirts, like you'll see those in certain collections. And that's just being retargeted based off the top of the funnel, right? So we will do some interest space in the middle, just based on how well they're doing in the top of the funnel for no real rhyme or reason. It's just like we want to scale out that middle of funnel a little bit more. So it's kind of like a top middle. But in that middle funnel, it's essentially just retargeting who already clicked or who already cares from that top of the funnel. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes,
yeah.
It does.
So that's usually all Instagram engaged, all traffic. Like I'm not going add to carts or purchasing there. I'm going more broad and I want as many people from those top of the funnel to see in that middle of funnel, right? So then I want to get that second and third touch point. So that's going to be your second, third, and fourth touch points in those middle of the funnel.
Okay.
Now, what also makes up this is email marketing and social media. Those are touch points, right?
Yes.
And so if someone gets an email, someone signs up to the email list, we want them to get 2 or 3 emails, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, they don't have to be offer emails, but more here's who the brand is. You've been through a welcome series flow, and you've been through an abandoned cart flow.
Yeah.
So those are middle of funnel, right? Or second or third or fourth touch points. And the remaining of the touch points, so like 5, 6, 7 would be retargeting. So if I clicked on X polo, like this polo, right? Then I'm going to see that polo again. I keep touching this thing.
No, sounds okay. No,
okay. In the bottom of the funnel, it's dynamic retargeting. So if I click on a hoodie, right, then I'm going to see that hoodie.
Right. Whenever I click something,
really
it
just
shows
showing
up again.
People what they want to see, what they already know. Because if I didn't click on that hat, but I keep seeing that hat, it's like I don't care about the hat, so I don't care about the ad. But if I clicked on that hoodie and for some reason I didn't purchase it, and I see that hoodie 3, 4, 5, 6 times, then it's like I'm going to think about buying that hoodie every time I see that ad.
Right.
So that's why it's like when people will run their ads and they'll just throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and kind of see what sticks, they might get 1 or 2 touch points. And what are the odds that you actually remember what that brand is, you know?
Got it.
So yeah.
That was the whole. And
that's the funnel.
That's the funnel.
That's the funnel, yeah.
I'm going to reiterate to make sure I understand.
Yeah.
First touch point, right? That's like the reels, like you said, the Tiger Woods reels. The whole point is just to like get them aware of it. And you said the value doesn't necessarily be like education, making me smarter. It can be like making me feel something. And then it goes to the middle funnel. In the top of funnel, are you also trying to get them to do email signups, or is that more?
It's more of a website thing. So like our goal in the top of the funnel is to get them to click on the website landing page views. That's the conversion, right? We're not asking for sales. We're asking for landing page views. And if you're smart, on your website, you'll have a pop-up that says,
get this for 10% off.
Yeah, I want a 10% off code, or I want a 20% off code, or no, I want to buy it at full price. And most people, if they like the brand, they'll click on the first one. If they don't really care about the brand yet, lots of people do opt out. So if you have, I don't actually know what the current percentages are, but I want to say it's like 5% conversion rate if they're actually clicking and implement and putting their email. Then it's good. But yeah, that's definitely from a top of funnel ad. But you want to have it on your website.
Right.
Yeah.
And then middle of funnel, if they did opt into the email, then that's when you start sending emails. Not necessarily like selling, but it's just like telling more of the story of the brand.
Yeah, like a good welcome flow will have an offer, because most people, I think it's like something like 70% of people, if they didn't purchase, it was because of price or the cost of shipping. So you want to give some type of offer if you can, you know?
Got it. Yeah. And then still middle of funnel, showing the products, showing the features of it and all that. But this is like the third to fifth touch point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
After that, when they click on something, you just show it to them again, retargeting.
Yeah, you wanna show them that exact product, but you want to exclude purchasers. So like what you can do with Facebook ads is you can go after every single person who's clicked on a product, but let's say 2% of those people have already bought. You don't want to waste your money on those people. So you'll exclude people who've already purchased.
Right. And
a lot of people forget to do that too.
And the purchaser probably doesn't want to see it again.
No, you don't want to waste their money. They already purchased it. Imagine you bought the hat and you keep seeing the hat. It's kind of annoying.
It's annoying.
Yeah. Like, I don't actually care about this hat anymore. I already own it.
And then at the end of it, hopefully they bought.
Exactly.
That's the idea.
That's the goal.